guys, and welcome back to my nail table. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you guys how I created these wood looking nails. Now I say they're pretty easy, but they might be just a little bit more difficult on an actual person. But let me show you how I have created this. So I'm going to start with 3 colors. I'm using Pivot from Madame Glam. I will also be using Spooky Pants from Madame Glam, as well as We Were on a Break. Okay, so I have this sped up here, but basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to be applying these dots all over the nail. Now, as I'm applying them, I'm trying to keep in mind where I want my kind of knots to be, where I want the darker colors and the lighter colors to be, because what I'm going to be doing after I apply all of my dots down is I'm going to take an ombre brush, and then I'm going to very, very gently almost marble these colors together. And I will show you what I mean here in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to gently bring my brush all the way through these colors. Now it's best to really go in one direction, but because I put a little bit too much, I had to go in 2 directions just so I can get that marbling look going on better. Now, once you're happy with your marbling, what you're going to do is you can kind of see already like where the knots are going to end up being. And then what I do is just take my ombre brush and I kind of very lightly feather and push around the lighter and darker colors where I want them. And you will see that I'm kind of making like a little oval shape here. And I'm outlining that lighter color in the middle because that's going to be where I put one of the knots. And then I believe I do, yes, right here, I did that on that side as well. I'm bringing down some of that darker color and mixing it in with the lighter color. And I'm using that orange spot right there in the middle to use that as where, again, I'm going to be putting another knot. So when you're happy with what you've got going on here, I hope all that makes sense. So when you're happy with what you have, this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in my lamp for 30 seconds. And then we're going to move to the next step. So what I do from here is I take a little bit of black, whichever black you have on hand. I just have a black from Nail Addict. I'm putting a tiny bit down on, I said tiny bit, and it just kind of fell off my brush. You just need a small amount. So I put a little bit of black down on my mat, and I'm going to be using some base coats. I'm going to be putting a layer of base coat on top of this nail because I want it to act as my slip layer. I think if you had a blooming gel, it would probably work a lot better on this particular design, but I'm not sure. I will be receiving a blooming gel here soon, so we'll see how that works. So I take a blob of that too, and I'm going to be mixing the black and the clear together because I want it to be translucent almost. I don't want really, really stark lines. So as I said earlier, this is where I'm going to be putting my knot. You can kind of see already that it's marbled and formed that knot area that I want. So I'm just going to follow my marbling lines that are already there. And that base coat that I apply down on the nail first is going to help kind of spread and bloom out that black. So it all kind of blends in together and you don't have anything super duper stark, but it just fades really nicely. So hopefully all this is making sense. So here we go. There's the top part. Now I'm going to be doing this middle part down here towards the free edge. You can see I've got kind of a natural little knot going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and accent that all the way up to the cuticle area of the nail and down towards the free edge. And again, before I pop this into my lamp, I just kind of give it a minute to settle and all bloom and fade in together. So once you leave it for just a minute, this is what I've got going on. It looks a little crazy, glossy especially, but once you put that flat matte top coat on top, it really, I feel like the wood accent really pops in. So I'm going to use flat matte from Light Elegance because this is the matte that I have on hand, and I will just be top coating those and wiping off the tacky layer, and this is what you have left. It's super simple, and I say it's super simple because it's super simple on a nail tip, but because you are using like so much gel polish, it might be a little bit more difficult to kind of control it on an actual client. But if you guys do try it out, let me know and tag me over on my Instagram, because I'd love to see how you create wood nails, if you're using my method or if you do it a different way. So that's it. This is what they look like. I honestly, I cannot get any two nails to look the same, but if you were to look down at a wood floor, none of the wood looks the same anyways. So every nail comes out really unique. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. If you haven't already, follow me over on Instagram. See you later, guys.